afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the National Intel Report. I'm your host, John Statmiller, on this Tuesday. Oh, if it's Tuesday, then we roll out the special edition of the National Intel Report. And, of course, we have Mr. Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster, Mr. Robbie Noel, that is on this network, folks, from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time with a program called The Flip Side. Check out republicbroadcasting.net, and that will take you right to his site, eaglesup.com. Don't forget, republicbroadcasting.net. All right, one thing I want to get out of the way here, and Ted Pike might be coming on a little bit later for an update on hate crime legislation. Organization, something that we're all too crappy at, folks. Well, guess what let me be kind here, the homosexual lobby is doing on the issue of the hate bill. The phone calls over to the senators are, if I heard Ted Pike correctly today on Barbara Jean's program, it is running about 8-1 in favor of the hate crime legislation. Did you hear what I just said? So we've been battling this all the while with good result. And just when the ship is getting ready to cast off lines and sail the ocean blue, what do? We pick our nose, we turn our heads, we are doing something other than doing what we should be doing. But I'll have Ted Pike up here in a little while, hopefully. He's been doing radio like it's been going out of style. And if these people get their way, they're going to do just that. They're going to put talk radio of this type, of this genre, out of business. You're going to be out of business, man. And we cannot let that happen. You don't want to see me go to jail violating some federal hate crime, do you? Do you think I'm actually going to change my approach and what this network is about, Republic Broadcasting Network? Injecting you probably, for some of you out there for the first time in your lives, with something called, let me see, TRUTH. That's right. Because you can handle the truth. I'm not going to change anything, so please don't send me to prison. Don't let these clowns pass the hate bill. I've been getting calls and emails from Canada. They've been there. They've been doing that. They've been going to jail. They've been fined. They've been run roughshod, painted blued, and tattooed. Don't let it happen here. We're all big on a Second Amendment. Oh, they'll never take my guns like they did in England and Australia. Well, guess what? They took them in Canada, they took them in Australia, they took them in England, and guess who's got the hate crime legislation? Canada, England, Australia. Talk to them. They will tell you, don't let the hate crimes legislation pass in your country. All right. Done with my little mini rant there. Like I said, I'll get Ted on maybe a little bit later, and we'll talk about that issue. But back to the normal programming here. Bob Chapman, Robbie Noel, John Statmiller, yours truly, coming back at you right after this break. Whole lot going on in the financial sector, as you will soon discover.
Get ready for Real Talk Radio. You're listening to the National Intel Report with your host, John Statmiller.
One thing before I forget here, there's an MRE recall out there. A listener that is with Search and Rescue in Austin received an email from FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency. There's a recall of the product Dairy Shake Powder, manufactured by Plainview Milk, and this is for the military, and was purchased through FEMA. Naturally, they screw everything up anyhow, intentionally. And they believe that this MRE with the Dairy Shake Powder was manufactured around June 26th. I'm going to assume that is this year. But it's called Alba Instant Non-Fat Dry Milk Products and various Alba snacks. Possible salmonella contamination. Jeez. All right, so there's my little alert to you people out there. Stay away from the Alba milk. Could make you very sick. Mr. Chapman, how are you, sir?
I'm throwing my elbow out.
You sound better. Are you?
Oh gosh, that was a rough week.
Sounds like you're back in form, though.
I am, and I think we'll lead off here with the fact that it looks like the European Central Bank's members and the 16-member central banks have just about given up selling gold. They sold only 2 million euros worth this last week, or 0.09 tons, and that's down from 0.23 tons the week before. I don't know what the number is going to be on September the 30th, but it sure is going to be nowhere near 500 tons and probably more like 250 tons.
Why are they giving up trying to sell the gold?
I don't think they want to let it go anymore. Either that or they're out. And but I know that Italy, Germany, France, they got plenty of gold. I know that Italy was lending gold forward. How much of it they got back, I doubt. But how much of the percentage of their total was, I don't know either. You know, these are all great secrets, and we have to back into everything. Although I will say one thing about the declaration by governments and central banks and even private corporations saying it's a secret. It really opens the whole field up to us because we can presume anything we want to presume if they're unwilling to answer our questions.
The U.S. Mint has once again suspended sales of gold and silver eagles.
Well, are we going to go back now that the gold is being withheld and not put on the common markets? Are we going to go through this, Robbie, 6 to 8 week stuff again for delivery on gold? Is it going to tighten back up, and what's going to happen to the price?
Well, I mean, there's no question. According to a Mint spokesman, they are having problems. It's the same excuse they used the last time. There's no blanks. Michael White told MiningWeb, or MineWeb, I should say, that the refiners are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to meet demand for blanks.
Well, you didn't want to put the real word in there. You had to say blank.
No, that's.
He's comical today.
Yes.
Yes, I'm having a ball.
There's only.
Well, there's only 3 mints that they refiners that they can use.
Well, yeah, Sunshine and Stern Lynch.
There's 2 of them then, not 3.
Yeah. Well, if you want to count West Point.
I guess we'll have to count them. We don't know what they're doing because that's a secret too.
Yeah, well, you can't get into West Point.
Well,
I've driven right through the place.
Well, that's when you had your super.
No. A Sunday afternoon, I went over there and I drove all around the whole place, and there was no guards, no nothing.
Well, there's probably nothing there to guard, was there?
No. The school is there, you know, and all of that.
Oh, so you didn't have.
There's no formal guards there.
So
but you didn't get into the Mint.
No, I didn't. Everything was virtually closed because it was a weekend.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, see, terrorists take the week off, you see, the weekends. That's what it is. And it couldn't. And you're telling me that you still didn't have your super secret whatever clearance?
No, I didn't need that. But I'll tell you one thing. What a view of the Hudson from those heights. They're really spectacular.
By the way, before I forget this, there is a shortage, obviously, Robbie, out there of silver, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's not going to be. We've got the...
Once again, the shortages with the blanks.
Right. No, I understand.
That are coming, that the U.S. Mint buys.
Right. Well, and I was just going to segue into telling people that I actually, yours truly, with the help of the employees here, we designed a coin, an Andrew Jackson silver round, and it's going to be pretty cool. This is actually the very same portrait that is on the $20 bill, but we won't tell the Treasury that. There'll be a few minor changes in the image, so they can't get us for, I guess, is Andy Jackson copyrighted nowadays?
Well, they do have an Andrew Jackson coin.
Yeah, well, ours is going to be a lot better. But the point is that we're going to be able to offer silver rounds, the Andrew Jackson, and on the back of it we put, I warned you the bankers were coming, Federal Reserve Act of 1913. And this is 1 ounce, 0.999 fine silver. And this is done by AOCS. It is in proof right now. They're looking at it. The engravers are getting ready to make the dies. And everybody that's seen this coin is just absolutely loving it. It's going to be a handsome and striking coin, no pun intended.
Well, I think that's wonderful news.
It is.